Picked up this keyboard from London Drugs, which is, you see the tag there. This is a Canadian-based company. I don't know why it's called London, but it's London Drugs. It's a Canadian company. So this one here does come with brown switches. You can see there. I do very much like brown switches, even the ones that are in here. This is kind of geared more towards gaming. It's the Logitech G513 Carbon, but let's open it up and have a look at it and we'll test it out. I do like Logitech keyboards quite a bit. I actually use Logitech mice and I use Logitech MX keys, and they actually make some really good stuff overall. So we'll see how this is. Let's see, there's probably the cables back here. Yes, they are. What's this here? Okay. Additional keys. I guess these are the keys that you're going to make grimy or something, and these are just replacements. Keycap puller. Oh, sweet. It comes with a rest too. That's pretty cool. What else? Anything else over here? So that's the palm rest for typing. Actually, it's really nice. It's got like a leatherette kind of vibe to it. Okay, so there's a look at it there. There are probably reviews of these in other places, so you may have seen it before. I don't know what that thing is there. What the heck is that? Looks like it screws in. Like there's some type of like camera mount in there. That's weird. I guess you could screw in like a camera if you have like a selfie camera or something. You know, screw that in there if you're a streamer. And then you could have like a GoPro or something mounted. That's weird, whatever. So the bottom is plastic, but it's a hard kind of plastic. Not cheap feeling. Feet there, that's good. Rubberized piece there, so it's not going to slide. Not sure what this little design thing is here, but I don't know. Maybe just aesthetics. 2 USB-A here, so one of them is probably data, and then one of them is going to be like the actual controller, because it has a USB port here. So once you plug it in, you know, one of them, if you're just going to plug it in and just use it, you could just use the first one. Plug that in and then just type on it. But if you want to get that extra USB here, then you can plug this one in here. And basically all it's doing is it's like a pass-through, so you don't need to then reach to your computer to have a USB-A, which is actually pretty convenient. You know, that's kind of a nice feature. So we'll test that out. It's a fairly heavy device there. The cable is braided, fairly stiff. Might loosen over time, but it's a fairly stiff cable. I don't know if that's good or bad, whatever. Like it's got that metal, like legitimately metal, not fake metal. So that's a metal backplate. That's why it has that extra weight to it. And it should increase the, you know, the kind of the vibe when you're typing should go up there. Black keys overall. Let's take one of them off here. You can see there, it's a brown switch there. Not hot swappable or anything like that, so. Okay, we are plugged in. I'm just going to run it to the front I/O of my computer rather than the back. It's just easier for testing purposes. So that's plugged in. The wire is pretty thick and aggressive, but that's fine. Let's try raising it up at first there. We are setting up your RGB keyboard. Alrighty, that's cool. And we will plug in something. So while that does its thing, let's try plugging this in here and just see if that works. This is just a Samsung bar. This little NVMe. This is a little Samsung bar USB. Man, that's a snug fit. What the hell? Samsung bar is a little bit thick. So I don't know, maybe it just didn't like that. Let's try this one. Yeah, that's okay. So I think that popped up. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's very slow, so 40 megabytes a second. Okay, so it's not basically meant to be a data port. That's fine, now that I know that. Okay, so I had to go to a website to figure out how to cycle through the RGB, because it doesn't actually tell me, and the instructions that came with it said plug it in. It doesn't actually come with anything, so you're basically on your own in terms of that, which is kind of dumb. And by that, I mean very dumb. This website also claims that this mystery port also has no function. It's braided, so I guess my idea would be you could probably put like a little, because it looks like a camera style thing, you can put a little camera and have a little face cam there pointing at your face, I guess. So it's function F5. Do it again, function F5. looks the same. That's a pulsing one. It has a few different colors you can cycle through. It's cool, I guess. Sure. Okay. F8 says game mode. I don't know what that means, but... I'm actually not a fan of that right there. I am not a fan. The reason is that it has that resistance. So after you go over the tactile bump, there still is a lot of resistance all the way down. Whereas normally what you want to do after you go over the tactile bump, it like bottoms out or you lose the resistance. It has like a scratchy feel to it. Let's see if you can get that on. Yeah, it feels like there's like sand in it. Yeah, I don't like that at all for typing. I'm a semi-touch typist, I guess. I don't like that at all. Okay, so we're going to play a little Armored Core here, which is a fairly fast twitch game. Not as fast twitch as a shooter or something, but you know, I'm going to need to do a lot of adjustments on the controller while I'm playing. Yeah, I think honestly that's probably enough there. Okay, yeah, so my takeaway. I don't like this keyboard very much, to be honest. I think for typing purposes, it's pretty bad. The resistance on the keys just doesn't feel good. I can appreciate that they're browns and there's all that there, but it just doesn't feel good. It feels very rough overall typing on them. It just doesn't feel great. Gaming on it isn't terrible. I've used way better keyboards for a fraction of the cost for gaming, to be honest. The higher resistance can be nice, I guess, for someone, because it does, you have to be confident in your movements. But I don't like it, to be honest, even for gaming purposes. I think that a lot of gamers would also not like this. If they haven't used another keyboard before, they may use that and be like, yeah, it's pretty nice, whatever. But like this here, this is not a gaming keyboard here. This is, it is hot swap. It does have a brown type of switch in it. Like I'll just do a quick type. Yeah, it's just so much smoother to type on this keyboard here. It feels considerably better. And I'm no keyboard, like massive keyboard enthusiast. I do like mechanical keyboards and I do like to play with them a bit. It's not like I'm some snob who's like, this keyboard is some mechanical custom thing. No, that's fine. Like I use lots of just off the shelf keyboards and I like them. They're fine. But I mean, like it's raspy and it feels like resistive. So I'm going to give this one a not recommend. I mean, if you can find it like for 30 bucks or something like that, 40 bucks maybe. I don't like it at all. I'm just going to take it back and be like, this keyboard blows, and not use it because I don't like it. But overall, I don't like this keyboard. I'm sorry if you own this keyboard and you're like, you wanted me to like just reassure your usage of it. If you like it, that's fine. Some people may like this keyboard. I personally do not. I can't justify someone going out there and dropping $150 to $200 on this thing and then being like, I got a keyboard. It's like, nah, man. Like you could get yourself some like seriously nice keyboards for this kind of money. Or you could get yourself like a reasonably cheap, but just as good, if not better keyboard. And then like also a mouse or like something else, a couple of games or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to give this one a no, to be honest.